Well, glad to know there is a hit wave striking Gensoku as well. I feel less lonely now. Hello everybody, welcome back to Touhou Cup 2025. Today we're gonna be going in hell with Essay Lunatic Survival. And in this endeavor, I am joined with HIMkoto and Trace. Hello both of you. How you doing?
Yeah, glad to be here.
Hello.
That's it. Well, okay, fine. Jeez.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
True, that's like short and sweet. True. But yeah, Essay Lunatic Survival. It's gonna be a pretty fun one. Essay is my favorite game, in case you people did not know. So there will be quite a lot to say about this. If we don't see a Rainbow Bee, by the way, I'm gonna riot.
True. It's Rainbow
There may
Bee.
actually be a reason for someone to play Rainbow Bee this year. We'll get into that in a second, but yeah.
True. Well, you know what? Speaking of all of this, why don't we all transition to the sides? Transition! Alrighty, everybody. Touhou Cup 2025, or TWC, is an annual international tournament featuring the top deck shoot-em-ups. Each match features 2 or 3 contestants competing in the survival or scoring category, on lunatic or extra difficulty. For more details about the tournament, visit the official website, touhou.com. Shoutouts to Maribel.
Shoutouts to Maribel.
Always shoutouts to Maribel.
Alrighty, so Touhou 11 Lunatic scoring nuclear eye emoji. The players have 100 minutes to perform their best run.
Wait,
Players can finish any
This is
run.
scoring, it
Scoring?
says.
This is
So it's
scoring.
scoring. Nani?
It's,
Yeah, we need the survival slides
yeah,
for
this
this.
is not the right slide.
Well, you know
Free
what,
to
fine.
start.
It's okay. I can wing it. Touhou 11
Yeah.
Lunatic Survival. The players have, I'm gonna wing it and say 85 minutes to perform their
It's-
best. Actually, I think it's
yeah.
like 70.
Yeah, it's 70
Yeah.
minutes. I
I'm
have the
so
slides
good
up
at
here
this,
if we
bro.
can
Okay,
use
so the
that.
players have 70 minutes to perform their best run. Players can finish any credits started within the reset time period. What else? Okay, wait, hold on.
TWC scores reduced for each hit.
Yeah, there we go. TWC scores reduced for each hit. Players are not allowed to use bombs. Bombs are counted as 2 hits. Every run with more than 5 hits do not count. And at the end of all of this, the person with the highest TWC score wins.
Yep.
Okay, now let's take a look at the shot type, shall we?
Yeah. One thing we want to mention before we get to the shot types is we have a challenge bonus for this game.
True.
It's like some of the other games we've had this year. There's one particular spell card, this Cat Sign Vengeful Cat Spirit's Erratic Step, aka Cat's Walk, which is a stage 5 mid-boss spell. If players capture that, they actually get some bonus points added to their score.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so we've already read 90% of it, so we'll just go for a challenge bonus. Capturing a Cat's Walk, though the stage 5 mid spell, will award a challenge bonus that is added to the initial TWC score and is subject to the same score reduction from misses. Alright, shot
Yeah, this is
types.
a bit different than the full spell bonuses we've had in some games in the past. This one actually applies even if you do miss throughout the rest of the game.
Pretty much. Alright, now, shot types, let's see.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's mostly the same as we have in previous years, aside from
God,
the new
table's
challenge
good.
bonus we have here.
Bro. Actually makes sense for the few shots that I get this player.
Yeah, everybody except Rainbow A gets a challenge bonus for this one. As usual, Rainbow A gets the fewest amount of points because she's generally considered the best shot for survival overall. Very strong, she has the smaller hitbox that all the Rainbow shots share, which is very important on Lunatic because of how dense some of the patterns can get. One thing that's different from previous years, though, that how the challenge bonus implemented is that with the bonus, we do have Rainbow B gets 11 points and Rainbow C gets 13, and you know they get the points cut in half for each miss beyond that. But without the
Rainbow
challenge
C-
bonus, Rainbow B and Rainbow C actually get the same amount of points this year, which is a bit different than what we've had in the past.
What? That's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's more incentive to play Rainbow B, I guess, if you want to do a simpler shot. Rainbow C is
yeah,
the most technical of the Rainbow shots, but she has been considered in recent years to be actually very strong for survival because of how her spread shots work. She can actually utilize a lot of stage portions that way. And she
Yeah.
has the easiest Satori fight out of all the shots.
I disagree. I think that's Rainbow Bees.
Yeah, Rainbow B is actually pretty close, so that helps out there.
And so
And
the
real
players,
quick with-
do you want to introduce them?
Yeah, so NMT, we have someone here, it's I think a first time doing it, this category. They have SA all Shell L and N, as we can see. And most of them being full spell runs as well, so they've been able to capture Cat's Walk on all of these, which is definitely not easy with some of the shot types. They've also had all routes LNN with Great Fairy Wars, another very impressive achievement there.
And you don't have to mention the final line, it's okay.
Who cares about that?
This slide actually moving, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're paying attention. We have a returning competitor from a previous year, Ryokumin. They were actually the first person to get a SLNN on TWC. They got it with Reimu C, very famously there. Outside of that, they've also had all-shot LNNs with SA, as well as in other games, including some of them also all-shot, actually, with the PCB and Great Fairy Wars.
I love just the previous TWC participation, 2024, SA Lunatic Survival, Reimu C LNN, second place.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, that continues to blow my mind. That the first SA LNN on TWC was actually not the winning run.
It's horrible.
Oh god, Reimu C LNN, nah bro, you're just second, fuck off.
Yeah, gotta bring some more to the table.
There's a reason for that, which we'll get to when we get to our final competitor. Transition.
Yeah.
It's KiriCat, another returning participant from multiple runs in SA Survival previous years. It was 2023 as well. They got first place on that, and then last year they also got first place with a Marissa C 1 miss, which we actually didn't really get into with the shot slides here, but the reason why Marissa C gets more points than everybody else is because she's just considered a very weak shot. She also has a much bigger hitbox as all the Marissa shots share, but with Marissa C, she just has like almost nothing else going for her.
Oh yeah, she's so ass, bro. She had like the delayed missile and everything you want. It's just.
Yeah, you'll definitely see that in action if someone picks Marissa C this year.
Quite a bad story fight too.
But yeah, basically according to the rubric, she gets more than twice as many points every other shot except for Marissa B, and even then that's still exactly twice as many, so one more miss than Marissa B would still tie her with hers, but any other shot, Marissa C just has more than one miss clear. And that's how KiriCat was able to take first place, by doing a very strong one with Marissa C to get just one miss throughout the whole game.
Yep.
That's really no mean feat.
And as Chat mentioned, yeah, this is gonna be technically a rematch between the two players.
Yeah,
between
Ryokumin and
KiriCat
participated last year.
Yeah, it's time to see. Is Ryokumin gonna get Reimu Seal and then lose again?
or are they gonna go for? Are they also gonna go for Marissa C? Just go hardest shot or bust. We're not quite at that point yet with this game, but you have to imagine at some point it might.
It might. I mean, the thing about SA is, like, as a whole, I wouldn't say it's, like, a very difficult game. It just has, like, some spikes.
Yeah, depending on which shot you do, too. Those spikes can be in different spots, too.
Also, yeah, it's right
and outside of Marissa C, all the shots are actually very close together in terms of number of points. So if you want to push a few points, you can go for some of the more technical Marissa shots outside of Marissa C. Those can actually be fun to play, too, depending on your preferences. Or if you want to keep it simpler for survival purposes and just go for one of the Reimu shots.
I'd say Reimu B is like a very fun shot to go for, and like I think people overestimate how bad she is. Like in my opinion, she's like just a slightly worse Reimu A with a better Satori fight, and she can't get
I wouldn't say like slightly worse. She's definitely more worse, but the thing is, she plays a lot like a forward focus shot from my experience. If you just treat her like that, it actually can still get you pretty far. And as mentioned with the rubrics, since Reimu B and Reimu C get the same amount of points, there's actually some incentive to go for quote-unquote a simpler shot type.
Oh god, I see Reimu C for Ryokumin and I see Mary C. Is it time for history to repeat itself, chat?
I think the Reimu C was the demo.
Oh, that was the demo play. Okay, thank God.
Playing.
Oh, that's why the gameplay was terrible.
Definitely not playing Parsi's mid-boss non the way that you expect these players to do it.
So that's why the gameplay was terrible. Yeah? So we have Eternity on like NMT's stream.
Oh, that's new. I wonder if she'll do anything special if something special happens on the stream.
Yeah, so here you can see like Zun killing a Yin Yang setting up for the mid boss. Hopefully he can cap this. I trust We'll never know! Fuck, we'll never know. Alright, and it has started with Rainbow, but we didn't Marie C. Do we have 2 Marie C's?
I missed which Mr. Shot it is. I'll have to wait to see the option here.
Oh no, it's Mary B.
That was Marissa B.
We have a Mary B and a Mary C. And
yeah, Marissa B is the shot I mentioned that ties with the Marissa C having one more miss. So
the bro was like, I'm dodging this. Yeah, that's just Zoom demo replays in a nutshell.
It looks like Ryokumin is also going Marissa C. Yeah.
It looks like Ryokumin has learned from last year. My man is like, hey, fuck you, I'm playing Mary C too now.
It is starting to become hardest shot or bust in this game, it looks like. Yeah? Especially with the players from last year.
Yep. I'm kinda sad I can barely hear the game.
Oh yeah, she's so fun to work with.
Yeah, Mary B may be the most creative shot type Zone ever designed, period. I love Marissa B. If only she was Reimu.
Yeah. The way that Marissa B works, for those who don't know, is she actually has 5 different shot types, all based on the 5 of the 7 elements of the week, because Patchouli is her partner. So you get like fire, water, earth, metal, and wood. Not in that order. But you can switch between the 5 different shots, and they cover all different parts of the screen. And you can just really mess with that to clear out stage portions, probably better than any other character in the game.
I can now bang my head to SS Stage 1.
One of the best soundtracks in the series, so why not?
True. Alright, so the thing about Yamame, so the Stage 1 boss, is like, she has a chance of moving down in her first non-spell, like that exactly, yeah. And if she does that, you have to do some janky corner dodge in order to not die, because with the way the pattern works, if Yamame moves down, it's gonna like misplace all the bullets slightly, and as a result, you will die if you do it the normal way, so you have to do some janky,
well, not quite. If she moves straight down, you can actually do tap streaming and just hop up and over certain red bullets that are like right at the very bottom. Yeah, what I mean
is like, it's a lot more effort than just doing it normal. It's way, way, way more treacherous.
Well, if she does it later into the non-spell, I suppose, in that case, you would just go more to the corner. If it's right at the start, though, it's actually very consistent, because you can just keep her all in the same spots.
I mean, yeah, I'm never.
You just gotta adjust on the fly, basically. I just said it was
like more annoying, for sure. Like it's way more annoying, and definitely like.
It's not something you would expect out of a Stage 1 boss. It's just a little quirk of how everything just works.
She can and will kill you with that. Even if you're experienced, you will die to this sometimes.
Yeah. So meanwhile, with NMT playing Marissa B, this is one of the ways that Marissa B can just trivialize a stage portion completely. And actually, one of the rare spots that the metal shot, which fires straight to the side like this, can actually function on Lunatic. Most of the time it doesn't, but this is one of the few times it does.
Yeah. A thing to note as well about like SA Stage 1, it's one of the most reset heavy stage in the series, probably. Like, you can get Stage 1 jailed so hard in SA Stage 1, it's not even funny.
Even outside of Yamame's opener, there's a little bit of weirdness in going with the rest of the stage, because you have the fairies firing at somewhat random times. You have to adjust for that.
It's fast-paced, so like, it's so easy to bump into something.
Yeah, maybe not expect a death on...
Oh, God, yeah.
On Kisume's non, though. That's the thing.
Incredible amounts of damage.
Yeah, very good shotgun damage if you can position yourself right.
You get so close that it's oftentimes not possible.
Which one is green again?
One of the places.
Green is the wood shot.
It's the what?
Green is the wood shot.
Why the fuck is wood green? Shouldn't it be brown?
Yeah, for trees.
I mean...
I guess earth would be brown in this case. Would already be taken up. Something I have with KiriCat, they reset to Stage 1 here too.
Yep, that's just the SA early game experience. Like, early game jail is so real.
And especially when playing as Marissa, there are actually some attacks in the first half of the game that really become troublesome with Marissa's bigger hitbox.
Yeah. Oh, staying in the same spot like this is in Mary B.
Yeah, this actually can be one of them because the flowers can be positioned very close together. Fortunately, Marissa B has some very powerful spread shots to help get some damage in while you wait for Parsi to return. But yeah, this second on is also another one because the way that they spread out, you may actually be incentivized to like move higher up treat it more like macro dodging through lanes as opposed to microwing through something smaller. This second spell is pretty consistent though once you know the strat.
Just,
the main thing for Marissa B though is you don't want to be pressing like the shot and focus buttons very close together because then you may accidentally change shots.
Getting water here would be so funny though.
Yeah, you can do it slightly when positioning to the side on the last spell at least.
Oh god, just accidental water shot on like small box, big box would be so funny.
Yeah, I don't believe that it's right enough to hit the fake Parsi clone, fortunately, so you won't have to worry about...
maybe, if you're low perhaps.
If you're trying to like transition all the way back to fire and you actually do like the wood shot, that triggers something, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, fourth commentator action here. Showing off once again the good soundtrack of this game.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, SA has one of the best soundtrack in the series. Like, you can't do shit but humming along. That's just how it works. As for the mid-boss now, so funny thing about the mid-boss, you dodge the entire first wave by moving up and right. Or you can just move left and it works too. Yeah, you have different setups for this because
the blue waves are static and the red waves are aimed, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if you kill some of the wheel ghosts, you actually take out some of the lasers too to help clear some more space.
Kill some what?
Wheel ghosts, aka the yin yangs, which everybody calls.
The fuck is a wheel ghost, bro?
That's their official name, actually, according to 100th Black Market.
This game does not exist and shall be forgotten. Alright. Anyway,
negative continuity. Yeah,
that spell is static.
You can also seal some of the bullets if you stand on top of where they spawn right as they spawn. That can help a little bit.
And now we arrive with Laser Hell, which is the first big major threat of the run. You have different ways to approach this. Here they're using spread and standing in the middle. So we'll see how it goes.
Marissa B is one of the characters that has a very good spread shot for this section, so you don't have to get worried about being blocked by Yugi. You're able to take out some of the wheel ghosts, aka yin yangs, right next to her very easily. And the water shot is actually relatively strong for a spread shot, and I say relatively for a reason, because it's still weaker than some forward shots. But for the purposes of clearing out enemies, it's actually very efficient.
Yeah, I just can't wait for the Marissa C's to reach that section so people can see the difference.
Oh, that'll be an adventure and a half.
Oh yeah. But first they need to get out of stage 1 too.
In the meantime, we have the hardest spell in the game, Shackles.
Hey, don't die!
You gotta make sure NMT can get through this.
Only a TWC player can die to this, buddy.
And there they go.
Die to this.
And once again, water is very good for clearing out the enemies here on this spell.
Yeah.
It actually is a lot safer than just going just straight fire and trying to kill the non-spell the old-fashioned way. Just because you get rid of so many of the lasers.
Yep.
And the only downside is that the pattern takes ages.
Like, I see KiriCat stuck in like stage 1 jail, and that's just so relatable. Anyone who's grinded SA can relate to this.
Yeah, once I get out, just trust they'll go all the way though.
Mount Owe, also known as Mount U.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual because they do a lot of fast macro dodging.
I think it's a fun spell, but like, but I've had cases where that spell threw some god-awful RNG in my face. I was like, what the hell?
Very good misdirection on the third non-spill there. You want to keep the bullets aimed away from the center so you actually have room to dodge at the bottom.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the idea is, like, you kind of make them bounce off the edges of the screen, so, like, they actually go above you and you can just bottom hug your way through that.
Exactly. Alternatively, you can just have them aim straight down and then move up yourself.
Yeah. And that's,
knockout in 3 steps. Very nice clear there. That could actually be another spell where the Marissa's bigger hitbox can be troublesome, though, depending on how dense the waves get. But they made that look pretty consistent. Oh yeah, and stage 4 with Marissa B is going to be really fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, I love
one of the most beautiful stages to watch, probably.
Stage 4 with Marissa B is how little bullets can I have on screen at once.
Let's see how many of the strats they know.
Yeah. So far, I will say NMT's Marissa B is
spot right up there.
Extremely
they're going for
good.
the metal strat here.
Yeah, I love that strat.
It's a bit harder to pull off, but But yeah, you can find the right spot to stand in.
Oh, on the highest difficulty.
Imagine dodging in a shmup, bro.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to that.
Yeah, like the streaming section gets trivialized as well as Marisabishi, you know what you're doing. Alright, mid-boss though is definitely a threat, especially if the big box. It's very easy to bump into a bullet as you try to micro the lane.
Yeah.
So I would not blame
Once
any
again,
of the players, especially playing as Marisa, if they just die here for some reason.
Once again, though, the spread shot's coming in clutch to take out many of the wisps.
Oh my god.
And then by staying high like that, you actually misdirect some of the revenge bullets from the wisps. So you actually have room at the bottom.
Into the focus shots.
This shit
It's so
out.
good.
I'm pissed.
Rainbow Beast piercing actually helps to get rid of some of the wisps that are right on top of Orin, fortunately.
Yeah, but the thing is, she does so little damage that it's still like almost a timeout to cap it, so it's way safer to just go for the timeout.
From my experience, Rainbow C actually has the hardest time with that attack, fortunately.
Oh, I can imagine. Okay, so this is the streaming section normally, but this is Marisa
some
Beast, so
head sitting on the big fairies too with a metal shot to get even more damage in.
Yeah.
Make sure they die before they fire any of the bullets.
Shoutouts to this is Touhou on the highest difficulty, by the way.
Hey, if you can outsmart the game, you deserve a reward like this.
I mean, absolutely. Oh, if Ryokumin dying to laser hell, yep, that's just Marisa C laser hell for you.
Yeah,
so,
Marisa C does not have any spread shots to help take out some of the enemies there.
Yeah. Alright, hopefully KiriCat can get out of stage 1 on this attempt. They deserve to. They've been stuck for a while.
Yeah, at least they got past the big threat of non-one.
Oh, speed kill with the metal shot on the Death Fairy on stage 4 too. That's actually new to me.
Alright. Satori time! I understood like 2 or 3 words from that, and that's it.
Yeah, Satori's non-spells can be kind of tricky with Marisa because of the bigger hitbox. Stay spawn in the
for the
first
extra
wave, but
damage
that's cool.
Interesting.
I understood Satori-sama. That's about what I understood as well.
Yeah, terrifying hypnotism. If you know where to stand, you can just memorize the way through it every time.
This non can be scary, as Marisa.
Yeah, you need to be really precise
dodge.
and be willing to move a bit more to the side than you might normally.
Yeah.
Alright, now we get to Satori's gimmick, is that she actually changes her last 3 spell cards depending on your partner from the surface.
And
so because Marisa B's partner is Patchouli, you get to...
Patchouli spells. And the funny thing effect here is like the recreations are harder than the USD counterparts.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Like much harder than the USD counterparts.
Even when you consider the rank in EOSD, but there are some SA-specific engine quirks to go with here, particularly Marisa's hitbox.
That spell is disgusting.
Yeah, Princess Sundyne is actually probably one of Satori's harder spells if you don't know what you're doing, but it's like what they're doing here is they're moving her more to the side and keeping the spells consistent. The way this works is that she actually fires the smaller blue bullets. Those are basically static, so if you just stay away from like directly under her, and then the lasers are aimed, so if you move her over to the side like this, you can actually get pretty consistent spaces to stand in.
Yeah, and
even if it is kind of in the corner.
Doing there.
Okay, and the Ryokumin might actually get out of early game, assuming knockout in 3 steps does not knock them out in 3 steps.
Or fewer.
Or fewer, that's true.
And then as NMT is demonstrating, Philosopher's Stone actually has a pseudo safe spot. If you stay above where the yellow bullets go, like the Mentos, you actually dodge a lot fewer bullets. The main concern is you just have to worry about not getting shotgunned by the red fire bullets.
LNN into stage 5 already.
We are nowhere near done because we still have a bunch of disgusting things to go through, but you know, this gameplay is indeed fire.
Yeah, very nice to see a good pace run this early into the match, though.
I mean, first credit.
Especially with a shot like Marisa B, it's definitely not easy to use.
For all I know, this could LNN right here and now, but then again, we have a lot to go through in SA still. So the stage 5 opener is typically the thing of like, with Marisa B, it's not a problem. With like other shots, if you accidentally don't kill a Ying in time,
you're dead.
It can really turn into like hell.
Yeah, because they just don't stop spawning. So if you get too many of them spawning at once, then they just overflow the screen.
Pretty much.
As mentioned, Marisa B still has good spread shots to get through that.
This section normally you can just not shoot and it will be free, but I guess they're shooting for flex.
Yeah, the wisps don't fire if you don't shoot them.
Yeah, like that. Oh.
Yeah, obviously you can stop shooting to reposition slightly if you want.
And now we have the hardest part in the whole game, in my opinion, the entirety of mid-boss Orin.
And if you're not playing as Rainbow A, it's definitely the hardest part overall.
Yeah. Like this
Fortunate
blue
thing-
non
for-
can can be treacherous as well, depending on how you get like the wave overlaps you get can be really bad. Here
Yeah.
they're timing it down because there is the post mid boss section known as popcorn hell for a reason, and by timing down the mid boss, you actually I think you're gonna skip Catwalk. Look it up. So by timing
Yeah,
down the mid boss as much as you can, you are actually avoiding popcorn hell as a whole, because stages are timed in most stages are timed in Touhou, which means if you waste time on the mid boss, you will skip the post mid boss section a bit. And here comes Catwalk.
Yep.
It's hard.
Potentially hardest spell in the game, especially as this shot here.
That will say that's a fine first wave.
Very good.
Very
Yeah,
good.
if you pay
I
attention
like-
to where the bullets are being laid, like in the very center, then you can just start kind of plan a path around that and,
Yep.
and adjust according to where the side
very good
bullets are.
cap. I tend to say Catwalk is the main difficulty in Catwalk resides in like reading it. It's very weird to read.
Yeah, and that's where the benefit of reading it ahead of time comes, because the bullets are planted and then they take a few seconds to actually start moving.
And here we have the streaming section, which as
Yet
some
another
shots
section
is
that
annoying.
is made a lot easier thanks to a good spread shot.
Yep. And Lennon almost guaranteed cow. Like I wish, brother, but no, we have a lot to go through still. Like Orin, Ken, and Will like. Orin, Ken, and Will like take like just fuck you up, and then you still have.
She will
Oku to
take
go through.
names.
Oku first spell with Marissa hitbox is actually the worst thing ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Pedo Flare is yikes.
Ooh,
yeah.
that's a death.
player.
Sorry for
Player.
Ryokumin. That's
missed.
Marissa's big hitbox to play there.
Now, isn't it like 7 pixel wide or like in SA or something?
Well, I think people misunderstood like what the numbers meant. It's actually half that size, but it's still considerably bigger than Rainbow's hitbox.
Yeah.
3.5 pixels.
Alright. What's Raymu's again?
2.
Yeah, it's
The difference really is big, and it's even bigger if you consider like the total area of the hitbox.
Alright, so
Oh, yeah,
here's the reason
here's something
why
fun
you
with Orin. That's actually one of the few spots you can use the Earth shot. Because there's an opening at the beginning of Possessed Fairy to just head sit Orin and get some extra damage in.
pretty much.
And then once again, spread shots helping to keep the zombie fairies away from you.
It's like the main reason why you do the non-1 above Orange is not because non-1 is hard. It's so you're directly in the right spot to prepare the setup for spell 1, because the zombie fairies are aimed at you. So by starting at the top, you can start to spin around the boss, misdirect the fairies above in a line, and then when you get back underneath the boss, they're all in a line, ready to be destroyed and fired as you take down Orin at the same time. This spell is easy.
Yeah.
Nothing to say
Spinning
about that.
circle.
Fun
Yeah, it's
fact, by the way,
actually easier than on lower difficulties because the faster nature means you can just go back to the same spot every time. Whereas even on hard mode, you actually have to go misdirect the wheels to different spots because
Funny
of how
quirk
much
about
slower
that
it is.
like spell as well is like the explosion is actually caused by the spirits, but if you use Mercy and kill all the spirits, there will be no explosion in the middle.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a funny quirk of that spell.
You really gotta go out of your way to get that to trigger every time, though.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't change anything, it's just a funny thing you can do, but it doesn't help at all, it's pointless. And here comes Ghost Wheels. So, the way
Another
the
potentially
wheel,
very hard spell, and especially as Marissa.
pretty much, because like
They're
the
doing
way
the-
the spell works is like, the wheels are slow enough, you can assume they will aim to your new position once every 2 waves, pretty much.
Yeah, alternatively, you can do this more aggressive
Yeah.
misdirecting strat, and you just misdirect every wave just to your right. They're actually aimed a bit more to your right than you expect.
Yeah.
So, it's actually easier to misdirect them to the right, and you're able to use the downtime and just stand under Orin to get some consistent damage in.
Pretty
Alright, we're
much.
going for the speed kill with a Earth shot here,
she's dead.
misdirecting
You can
those fairies
set
to
up,
the down.
Yeah, you set up a speed kill on Small Demon Survival and she's dead.
Yeah, the Earth
Beautiful.
shot doesn't have many uses you can use throughout the game, but when you can use it, it's actually very powerful.
That's not true. You can capture Substone with the Earth shot.
Not many other kinds of places in the game you can use it, is my point.
You shouldn't
But yes.
ever capture
I
Substone
would
with the
I would
ground
not
shot.
expect people to
can.
go for that Earth spell capture on
Of course not,
Subsun
but you
during
can.
TWC though. Not during TWC. That's the point.
Yeah. Well, maybe during the bingo, but yeah. So this
Once
is
again,
another
trivializing
case
save
of
portions here.
imagine dodging in a shmup.
Yeah, they have several different spawn points, and they all spawn from the same spot. So if you just know what the sequence is, you can just keep them all.
So
this.
Kiri is actually into stage 4 now, which is really good. No mispace as well.
Seeing a little bit more progress on the Mercy C players, that's good to see.
Yeah, because the Mercy players have been struggling in the early game, which is the average SA experience, honestly. Let's see how the mid down goes for Kiri.
Yeah, they gotta kill some of the wisps here, then misdirect all the shots to the side so they actually have room to stay under Orin again.
That's a safe strat that like I do as Rainbow B2. It's usually the timeout strat.
Yeah, they would almost use to do so
the
many
thing is,
work.
Marissa C is a little bit stronger than Rainbow B and Rainbow C's forward shots for comparison, as well as Marissa B's fire shots, so she actually can kill the spell fast enough if you really work for it. But again, there's no real benefit to do it in terms of like the TWC points you get, so it doesn't really hurt to time it out if you really feel safer doing that.
Yeah, so now we have just Blazing Whale. It's just left, right, left, right, left, right. At that level, you don't fuck it up. Unless you're like extremely nervous.
You can also stay as the fire shot for consistent damage from a distance too. Just based on how that shot works. And same deal with these two Boap wisps at the end. Fire shot is very consistent at that.
Indeed. So first run into Oku. We'll see how it goes. We still have lots of spell to go through. We have the non-one, which is one of the hardest non-spells in the series as well. So let's pray they don't die to it.
Yeah, just dodge.
Yeah, just dodge.
Just dodge and stand still. That's all you need to do.
Tap once and watch.
Only thing is, like, if you're really trying to stay under Oku for, like, staying under for the first spell, you just want to don't actually ram into the bullets before they're cancelled. Yeah, again,
now
aggressive misdirection
really
to the side.
Starts, though. So UNR, it's all about like precise micro dodging, but also misdirecting the sun in the right place so you don't get walled by the suns. Depending on the RNG, you can be forced to do some very scary corner dodging and kind of get off your typical left-right route.
The actual distance of the suns can vary. But sometimes they can actually spawn a bit closer to you than on other waves, so that can actually reduce the amount of space you can dodge pretty significantly.
Absolutely. Another thing to note is like the suns are so bright. If you unfocus, you don't see your character here, but sometimes on Lunatic you have to do unfocused dashes, so you really need to be good at estimating how far you are when you do dashes on like UNR.
Yeah, thank goodness for being able to see your hitbox at all times, regardless.
Pretty much.
Here they're abusing Zun's non-spell 2 design.
Yeah, non-spell 2, you can do this as like any shot. It's just as most shots, you would go back down to actually hit Oku instead of staying up like they're doing here because Marissa B. Then comes Petaflare, big suns shrinking, glowy bullets hiding behind the suns. Pray, hope you don't die, try to read the glowy bullets inside the glowy suns and do your best.
Try to read where the suns are going to open up well ahead of time is the main thing.
Much.
So that way you don't have to risk going through a tight spot where there could be a glowy bullet to just
don't
very long.
So jump scare
wasn't glowy bullets.
So far it's not a big
very good decisions on where to actually go through all the suns. And they're staying as a fire shot, which I actually find is more consistent than doing something like water.
Yeah. It's being very clean.
Despite not being very strong, it still does kill the spell faster than the other shot types do.
And on non-3, you have a safe spot as well. Technically, you can stay at the bottom as well, even as Marissa, but it's a bit less... It's a bit scary as Marissa, so the alternative is just move up as Marissa, which works very well.
Yeah, we've seen that screw over people in the past on TWC, so...
Next we have 10 yellow stars, it's just find a safe spot, stay in and only move left and right. You gotta be careful, however, to not move too much to the right or to the left, because then a sun will snipe you.
I don't think I would go sniping. I think I have the time to react to it most of the time.
But you can still at least
and also just stays in the same spot too, so you can use the enemy marker to help reposition yourself and not move too far to the side.
The enemy marker is the perfect spot for that. Non-3 is routable to a heavy degree.
Yeah, it's also generally easier than the second spell, or second non-spell, so you don't necessarily have to do something like this with a metal shot, or even just staying in the spot as other shots to avoid bullets.
We also have KiriCat.
There's a lot more open space on this non.
Oh, Kiri's LNN into stage 5. Okay, next we have Tokamak.
One quick about the last two spells is that Uso actually loses her collision hitbox, so you can stand on top of her for extra damage.
Pretty much. So here you can abuse it to get a free damage before the spell starts.
And because the safe spots for Tokamak are higher up, you can also use Water Shot for extra shotgun damage too.
Laser Hell again.
So the thing about Tokamak and like the advice and generally how you tend to do that is like you want to do linear like squarish movement, try to avoid diagonals with the way the bullets are spun. Also, going to the side helps a lot. Finally comes Subzone. You're continuously pulled up by the gravity, and all you gotta do here is counteract by pressing down and dodge them.
Yeah,
Why
the
do I
red
hear, like,
bullets
someone-
follow a strict grid, so you can base your future moves based on where those are going, but then just micro
Pretty
through
much.
the smaller bullets.
Yeah, so the way you tend to do
And
that spell is like you align yourself for the dodge between the white bullets, then you let the gravity pull you through the bullets, and you only ever adjust your horizontal position as you go through the bullets. That's the way
Yeah,
to handle it.
you always
away.
want to be pressing down with every movement too, so when you're going horizontally, you're actually technically moving diagonally and giving yourself more precision to go through the small bullets here.
Alright, come on, okay, first try LNN,
Very
hold on, first try
very
LNN,
important.
first try
is
LNN,
crazy.
first try LNN!
Can we see it, please? I didn't even
No
process
way,
that we were
man.
doing this until you mentioned it. That's very, very strong, starting out.
Holy.
Very cute
fucking
picture. You should accompany that too.
LNN, bro.
Second one in TWC history for SA.
Yeah.
As well.
Damn, that was a scary, like, subzone as well, so damn!
KiriCat into the horror.
If they want to guarantee that they at least tie Marissa C one miss like what the record was from last year, then they got that already.
True. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
Ooh.
Kiri, you scared me there.
Got a bit too close to that popcorn.
Yeah, so, well, Kiri's
again, the lack
LNN
of a
pace,
spread
so
shot
they could... What
kinda
if,
hurts
what
there.
if... What if we just get like a Marissa C LNN right after that?
That'd be
But then
almost BM, but not
Did
quite
Kiri do
because that's
catwalk or not this run? Oh yeah, it's plus bonus. Yeah, Kiri did the catwalk.
Oh god,
yeah,
dude.
NMT did too, I believe, right?
See, SA stands
So they
for...
get the most points you can get from Marissa B.
Yeah.
See, SA stands for super amazing, because this game is amazing. And this match is amazing as well.
Word.
So interesting, one miss would also beat the
Yeah,
the
would tie.
tie.
Well, no,
Tie.
one miss would tie. But no miss would beat
Alright.
it, of course.
Yeah, because
Marissa
like,
C technically
Marissa
doesn't get
C-
any benefit from shotgunning, like
Yeah.
or head sitting like this because it's the forward focus the same amount of damage. It's mainly just for positioning for the first spell here. It helps though that the options are right below Marissa, so you can actually position them right on top of
Alright,
Orin like
so
that.
now time to see the difference in the Orin fight between Marissa B and Marissa C.
Yeah, you don't have a spread shot for
Oh
this,
god,
so you
oh god,
maybe
oh god,
yeah,
oh
they're
god.
feeling like it's
Oh
prudent
no,
to
oh no,
redirect
they have,
the
oh no,
zombie
they
fairies to
have
the
to
side
do
like
the
this.
spell. Dude, they have to do the spell the wizard intended.
Ugh.
You having to do the spell the intended way, you.
She at least has a little bit of
Yeah,
power
look.
to help finish off the spell before you have to do that too much. Preferably though, you want to make sure you can kill the zombie fairies all the time and not have to redirect them like that.
We have 3 Marissa C's now. Oh my fucking god.
Going for more points now that they got the most they can with Marissa B. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
So we can talk a bit more about how she works, I suppose, as this competition
Yeah,
goes
so do you
on.
want to talk about like the delayed laser, delayed missile
Or
TM?
the missiles, yeah. Any sort of horizontal movements, you can see that it takes a minute for the missiles to actually start to catch up, and that's where she loses a lot of her DPS. So even though we talked about Marissa C having a bit more power than some of the other forward focus shots, because if you're moving around all the time, you lose those missiles and their DPS. So technically, she just becomes the weakest shot in the game for a few moments, and that can
Yeah.
really hurt when you have to keep following bosses around or move around the stage so much to get rid of
Stages,
enemies.
yeah.
The one plus side to that, I guess, is that the enemies aren't quite as tanky as we've seen in more recent games, but yeah,
But Ghost Will.
there's still a lot of movement going around.
So
Yeah, if you were
Ghost
to
Will
put this
going
shot
for the
into
aggressive
QM or
and D-strat
something.
as well again.
It's consistent if you're comfortable with it,
It is
but
consistent. It makes me
with
uncomfortable
Marissa
personally,
though,
but it's consistent. But
and having to move around, once again, you're losing DPS, and you have the bigger hitbox to worry about. This is yet another of those dense
Yeah.
spells that really punishes her bigger hitbox.
cause see, the way the reason I like the regular strat where you move every 2 waves is like you can pretty much negate the need to even read the Ghost Wills at all.
Yeah, you just know they're going
Yeah, it's
around
just
you.
just fewer things to
Yeah.
think about overall.
Yeah, pretty much, which helps reading and consistency in my opinion. Okay, so this is what you usually do on that spell with a weaker shot. However, with a weaker shot as well, you can't one-cycle this, so you have to do a second spin. Maybe
Yeah,
even a
fortunately,
third is very
fortunately,
similar.
circling clockwise over Orin's head like that is pretty consistent too.
Yeah.
As long
The
as
only
you
thing that
make
can
sure the
go
zombie
wrong
fairies
is
don't
the-
catch up to you in time.
Yeah, and the bubbles
Why
can
the
get a bit
pause?
weird if you're unlucky.
Oh, nervous, perhaps? What a pause.
Who wouldn't be
thought they
going into
pressed
stage
Q was
6
ready
on
to
pace?
scream. Oh, I thought they pressed Q for some reason. Is this going to LNN as well? I mean, I hope so.
I'm taking a look at Ryokumin.
I mean, that would
trying to do that
guarantee the win.
second non-spell. Not the best
Bro, that would be
positioning
the
to get through it, but they
quickest
made it
way
work.
That would be the quickest way a TWC match has ever been over. Just like,
Yeah.
what, like...
Just win.
We've had,
30
we've had
minutes
some first
into
try
the match.
LNNs with
30
hard shot
minutes, yeah.
before, haven't we? Like with PCB.
Yeah.
For this game, it definitely would be the fastest, but for other ones, I think we've had like quicker runs.
SA has been solved. That's where the S in SA stands for, solved.
The main problem now is probably Beta Flare. Seeing how Marissa B is
Yeah.
kind of... Like, Marissa C is kind of horrible at that.
I will say, however, not giving Marisa or Reimu a clown nose during this dialogue will not bring you good luck.
Ryokumin getting
Definitely
pushed to the
story.
corner on the second spell here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't quite aggressive enough trying to get out of the clouds of bullets.
Please don't choke Blazing Wheel. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I don't know.
Have we
That
had
should be-
Blazing Wheel chokes on TWC?
I'm pretty sure we have at some point. The thing
At
about
least
Blazing
once,
Wheel is like,
but-
it's not hard, but when you're extremely nervous, like, you can mistime it.
It's the TSS syndrome.
Pretty much.
It's hard in TSS in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
And the
true.
fact that you have to go slightly unfocused with every movement in order to actually keep up with the waves, that's probably where you might be able to get like an execution error if you're nervous.
Personally, I just
you-
do it, as Reimu, I just do it unfocused and just, like, move, like, straight, like, just boom, 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 boom. With this timing, and it works all the time, but, you know. Also, yeah, timing down to no
once again, though,
Mentos.
nerves are the factor here. They can mess up even whatever you have in your muscle
Yeah.
memory.
Another thing here to note is, like, you saw them timing down Blazing Well, and the reason for that is because, like, again, the post-mid boss section after Blazing Well has some Mentos spams that are very, very bad with a lot of shots, so timing down Blazing Well is safer.
Even as some of the forward focus shots like Marissa C, I believe you can stay towards like one side of the screen to get rid of one set of Mentos, and actually helps simplify it a lot. But it is
Alright,
still
here we go,
it is
chat.
still safer to go for the
Here we
timeout
go,
on
chat.
Blazing
Come
Wheel.
on.
Pretty smooth
Kiri.
two spells.
Give us
Yep,
the LNN!
One of the moments of truth right here. They can get
that
past
is
this,
a
they're in
run
very good
killer
shape.
for sure. So, I will say so far, though, it's okay.
Maintaining their composure, that's what you need to do in something
Yep.
like this.
No!
Ooh.
That's a player mistake.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, as we
Mid-
mentioned, they did
looked like
not
a
have much space
misinput.
to move on that because of the way the suns were positioned.
I mean, that's on them. They just dashed straight into a bullet. That's just
Yeah,
nerves, or
that's
just
like a
nerves
weird
100%.
misinput. Yeah.
That's absolutely his nerves, yeah.
But it's still on
I mean, they
pace
can
for
still
a
take
tie.
first place.
Yeah.
Already most of the way
Yeah,
through
the
this,
spell,
just gotta
is
reposition
over
one
and
more
we still
time.
get a flare to go.
Yeah,
Luckily it's...
almost timed
still
that
one
down,
miss,
actually.
right?
Yeah, this is what the safe spot looks like without anything like the spread metal shot to do. But it's
Yeah,
a
you
lot,
just go back in the middle
lot of
and then
positioning
just-
into that spot, and then you
Yeah.
stream. You stream the first, or you stream the odd even waves towards the right because it's more open towards the right, and then vice versa on even waves.
Man, that's unfortunate because, like, this UNR wasn't even like, I've seen UNR get disgusting. That was not a disgusting UNR. That was just
I wouldn't say it's the easiest, but yeah, also not the
It
hardest.
just kind of looked like their fingers slipped or something. It was
I mean,
kinda weird.
again, I will call that just nerves. 100% they were like,
Yeah.
that's nerves mistake.
Ooh!
Not the best positioning on the Suns for Petaflare
Yeah.
here, but they're able to get through that.
I didn't like that one dodge there in the corner.
Come on,
But
Petaflare.
for now it's fine.
nice.
With enough experience, you can judge basically almost right away, like where the open spots are going to be when you see the sun spawn
Nice
above
dash.
you.
Oh man.
Also, it is technically, you can kind of see the bullet through the suns as well, so you can read ahead.
Yeah,
but when
it's not
multiple suns
completely
are
invisible, but
overlapping,
it's
though-
just mostly invisible.
Yeah,
and it's
but-
also a lot easier when they get smaller too, because they lose a
Yeah.
lot of their brightness.
Pretty much.
So the main dangers are gone now, but just hope for no subs and chokes. It's
True.
something that
It,
does
it can happen with Marissa's
Yeah.
hitbox and how tightly some of the bullets are laid out.
Yeah, luckily Marissa C doesn't have a horrible time on that spell.
Also, it's not that the sun loses brightness, it's just when the suns overlap, their brightness value is added up, which makes, like,
Yeah, that's probably a better
the
descriptor
glowy
of
bullets
that.
invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense than what I was describing.
I think someone made a mod that removes the whole brightness effect, and it makes it so much easier. It's actually insane.
Yeah, that would definitely fall under like the third-party ban for something like this, of course.
Yeah,
absolutely.
of course. The funny thing about it, I've been told, by the way, in this era of like Touhou engine, I've been told apparently there is just a toggle you can do in the code when you make patterns to just turn a bullet into like a glowy bullet.
Oh, true. Yeah, I saw that. People turn like other spells into glow spells.
Yeah. Imagine how cool with RTX on. I've done that. You can find that on my Twitch channel.
It saves file space, I guess, in terms of instead of having to make different sprites for like glowy versus non-glowy bullets.
Yeah. It just amazes me there is an instant glow shit button though.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just the fuck my shit up button. It's horrible.
Just gotta be careful not to overuse that, which I guess they didn't necessarily do in this game, but in some other ones they might have.
UFO?
Yes, that's what I'm getting at.
Pacifist also
big. Right, Tokamak is the only valid way to do that spell. Doing it on the left is cursed.
Either way, you make it so that one set of bullets is going pretty much vertically, so you don't have to worry about dodging horizontally for two different sets of bullets.
Also,
you just adjust based on where one of them is.
Sunspin is cringe and should never be used ever. It's cringed as hell. Koto, I'm gonna fire you from this commentary booth.
Always double sunspin.
As Rainbow C can do 3.
What about single sunspin?
Oh, 3, yeah, 3 you can do.
I've seen like Rainbow C runs on TRS to piss me off. They do like 3 spins. I was like, ah!
Using the super speed, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really good demonstration of control, admittedly, because of how fast she is.
Yeah. And then you have this Toimine run that from years ago that just died to the sunspin and game over.
Okay, we're getting into the last part of Subsun, please.
Yeah.
It's where it gets the fastest here, so you really gotta make sure you don't lose track of where the red bullets are below you. Pull yourself through the small bullets like that.
Man,
even move to the corner if you have to, and there you go.
Yeah. And there we go, 1 miss. Tie first place.
Two crazy runs to start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep the stakes high going into the latter half of this competition too.
Yeah,
I love this ending blocker.
Must be sweating right now.
Please,
yeah, those are the 2 spells that will kill you.
Yeah,
especially on pace, those are heartbreaking.
Right now. I do really like this ending blocker.
I had to wonder like how many runs that KiriCat has lost to those 2 spells too.
Probably countless.
It has to be like the motivation for that ending blocker.
Yeah.
This is kind of his 5th commentator, I guess, because NNT was also having their mic on.
Crowd.
I'll Kiri doing sub-sub practice probably. Oh, sorry.
Good participation today.
Our practice.
As you'd like to see.
And we also have Ryokumin talking right now. We have 6 commentators.
No, I thought Ryokumin was the 5th. That was what I was mentioning, because they have the audio.
Wasn't KiriCat also talking? Am I crazy?
I actually wasn't paying attention, admittedly. If they were, that would make it 3 for 3, though.
Yeah.
I'm reminded back in like Chiraboshi 2021, I think it was. We almost got an SALNN, but then the player died to
Tokamak, was it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Was that still a winning run though? I'm trying to remember if that was the Rainbow A or Rainbow B one.
It was Rainbow C.
I'm always forgetting which one it was.
I think it was Rainbow C. Probably was Rainbow A though, but I don't remember.
I think 2020. Yeah.
I'm still wondering what like the high level opinion is on Tokamak. Like, do people consider it easy? Do they consider it like a bit hard? Because I feel like I hear a lot of like, different sentiments.
In a vacuum, it is one of her easier spells once you actually know how to do it.
I will say it's a nerves check.
Yeah, that's fair.
At this point, everything is a nerves check, though. Except maybe 10 evil stars, but yeah, everything else is a nerves check.
I will say, like, it looks scary, it feels scary, it's just, you know, Tokamak makes me uncomfortable on pace.
And when you do lose your pace to it at least once, then it just scars you for life. And you
right? Then
you just keep on respecting it for the rest of the time.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh shit, it's Tokamak again.
Yeah, even Substock can be like that, too, if you lose pace to that.
Interesting that Ryokumin is continuing this run. Doesn't seem like a very effective.
They want to get a run on the board at least.
That's fair. That's fair.
And once again, with Mercy C's higher point values, whether or not they know what the other players have done so far, you still want to get a decent amount of points on the board if you can help it.
That's true. It's just that, as we saw yesterday in the PCB match, is that it can really come down to reset time.
Yeah.
Every little bit of use time can matter in the end.
More final run magic, it sounds like.
Pretty much.
Fortunately, I wasn't able to catch that match, but yeah, that sounds very interesting to look at.
Yeah, so it didn't matter in the end, luckily, but we had one player that...
Yeah, I mean, don't spoil anything, but...
Okay, that's true, fair enough.
What?
Oh no, what?
Okay, that's not what you want to see.
No.
Bro, what was that?
Interesting.
Unless they felt like they just weren't able to get out of the way, like down towards the bottom very quickly, but... You have to imagine that's rare at best. You want to see if they can get any points on the board at this point.
Yeah.
They still got a lot of fight left.
Alright, so far we've had a perfect streak on Petaflare though.
At least this run can be seen as
It's
better.
one of those spells that people hype up a lot for their difficulty. And definitely not unwarranted, but it's definitely not on the, it's definitely not on the same tier as like the big three.
Look up!
And they're staying at the bottom for this non-spill now. First player to you see doing that. One benefit of bottom humming, I guess, is you can use friction to help position yourself exactly into that safe spot. If you're really like concerned about getting clipped by it.
Yeah.
Alright, Kiri back with runs. 28 minutes left on the clock as well.
A little bit more than halfway through at this point. Yeah, there's definitely room to like finish the run and then start another if you want.
Yeah. I have no idea what I have no idea what Ryokumin is saying, but yes, buddy, I agree.
Hopefully trying to keep themselves calm going through the rest of this fight.
There.
You'd be surprised at the therapeutic nature of talking to yourself when you're nervous.
I heard Tokamak! I heard Tokamak!
Doing it on the left. I feel like I see more right Tokamak than left Tokamak generally.
I almost feel like I see the opposite in terms of the players we see on TWC. I see a lot of people dodging towards the left.
Oh.
Oh, get him back in the center, get him back in the center.
This is where you keep the lower bullets mostly vertical.
Yeah.
And then you dodge the bullets come from the top more horizontally based on that. Either way works, of course. I also do it on the right myself.
Yeah, same. No, that's mostly just because of the first time I did it right, and then I was like, okay, this works. Let's not change it ever.
And until getting through the laser hells, Marissa C, you like to see that. They were doing this one of the strats where you just stay under Yugi instead of trying to kill the enemies towards one side. And mostly dodge vertically that way. Meanwhile, lots more vertical dodging with Sub-Sun.
Yeah.
Try to get as much precision as you can as you go through this. Looks like they're doing that.
Because remember, the strat is, again, you just preemptively, like, you just aim for the gap and then let the gravity pull you through the gap, and all you do is adjust yourself horizontally.
Yeah. Even moving more to the side than you normally would want to is actually not that bad on Sub-Sun, because the large sun actually acts as an extended hitbox for Usoho, so you keep your damage going that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 4 miss. They get a run on the board. Technically in 3rd place here, but they still got a lot of time left to improve on that.
Yeah.
Although at this rate, they may just need everything to come together all at once.
Oh, the game is gone. SA ran away. SA used teleport.
MT demonstrating actually, you can time out the second non-spell on Yugi here because it's fully static.
Oh, that's a cute image.
Eternity Aura and Shinmyomaru. That's
Oh
nice
my god,
combo.
there's Eternity, Orange, Shinmi, and Nitori.
Yeah, the Nitori in the back.
Oh yeah. It's like one of those Mario Party pictures with the fourth placer is all the way in the back. Don't be disrespecting Nitori like that though.
Orin, my god, I support the Orin supremacy.
True. Best character?
She's my
Cats are goated, so cat girls
honestly,
are also
she may be
goated.
she's either my second or third favorite Touhou character.
I think she's probably my favorite.
Guess
Guess
which mine is?
the best game, of course.
Yeah, Aura is fun, especially if you go for some of the side works where that feature her. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what's going on with the images, but
Oh, they were trying to do like the
gone.
ending. They were trying to position the ending blocker, but it looks like they repositioned their stream too.
Shy game.
Shy game.
That's so good. Go for OBS LNN.
OBS LNN. Please LNN OBS. Oh, the game's back!
Yay! It's not centered.
Looking at stage 4 real quick, this is one of the downsides to not having a spread shot or even just being able to kill the big fairies fast enough. You just have to position yourself where all the fans are and then dodge them that way. It is all aim, so it's technically still memorizable, but
Yeah, luckily it's
it's not nearly as bad as it could be, but it's still a lot better to be able to take out the
Yeah.
enemies before they could fire in the first place.
Oh,
And once again, going for a strategy of killing some of the wisps ahead of time.
No, Ryokumin's game is not centered anymore. Oh no!
Just don't think about it, it won't drive you crazy.
And at least you don't have a mouse cursor on. I'm checking to
Also
make sure
find it
that
interesting to see on this
Even the mouse
Parsi
cursor you
spell.
can just like mentally block out.
Interesting that Mario C on that Parsi spell has the problem that sometimes the missiles still remain when Parsi.
Oh yeah, they can hit the clone as it respawns
Yeah, you still
in.
hit the clone.
Yeah, so you have to stop firing a bit earlier than you normally
Yeah.
would. She's not the only shot where you have to do something like that, but it is still something you have to watch out for.
Yeah.
What if NMT gets like 2 LNNs in a row? With like just a Marie C just banger on.
Really
We'd
pushing
have
this
to,
game towards hardest shot or bust territory
Yeah.
if they were to do something like that.
It's,
Already
I mean,
kind
it
of
already
are,
is
the
the
way the
case.
players
The
are
only way
playing
to
right
win-
now, but
The only way to win is with a Marie C LNN.
it's gonna
with
become
or without
new-
the challenge,
new
of course, but
With the challenge, I believe.
even without, you get 26 points with the
Oh, yeah.
LNN the rest of the game. But it is still an LNN, that's the main point.
Mm-hmm. Yo, the game's being centered again, let's go!
Yes.
Shoutouts to Word Feed! Alright, yeah. Hypnotism.
Yeah, now
Look
that all
at
the
it,
players are
looking at
playing
the
as
cap
Marissa C, we
rate.
can talk a bit more about the Marissa C Satori fight coming up here.
Oh yeah.
First, we gotta get through the second non. It is also something static, but it is also really tight. That's actually not the best spot to go through as Marissa. You want to go a bit more to the right. It's a bit more open that way. Yeah, extending arm is another one of her harder attacks. Because of how there is actually a bit of structure to how the lasers are aligned, but because they're overlapping like this, there's a very real danger of accidentally bumping into the tail ends of a previous wave as you're trying to reposition for a future wave. Something like that, yeah.
Instant reset, I mean that makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah, but... God, the absolute state of this match dies reset.
At least you don't have
really
to think
is
about whether or not you need
analyzed.
to continue with what you have, you know, and just one death equals reset. It's very simple to think about.
Yeah, true. Perfect run or go home kind of deal. Yo, the Marisa shield!
laser held cap on KiriCat's screen.
Nitori is like, hey, look at this amazing loadout I have for you.
Yeah, Marissa got scammed by Nitori. It's horrible.
Marissa got scammed, bro.
In pretty much every way, not just the bomb, but also the shots, as we've talked about.
Nothing's good.
Oh god, word feed has to... Mouse cursor! Mouse cursor!
And it's right in the middle of the playing field, too. That's not what you want to see. We can't just, like, shut it out of our minds that way if it's always visible.
Oh, that's even worse! Good luck, word feed, however you're gonna cut that off.
We're just gonna actually think it's a bullet and just avoid where that spot is. It's like a constant mine on the field.
It's pointing at the same height for 10 evil stars.
Just put like a little
I'm pretty sure if you go that high in 10 evil stars, we will die, but...
Does that count as a third-party thing? If it's a mouse cursor? I wonder if they can even see it. I wonder if they could even see it in game though, or if it's just something that's like part of the OBS stream they have.
Someone could be taping like sticky notes on their monitor for safe spot, and like we would never
and no one would know. Yeah.
There is a strat for Kaneko opener where you just block off the sides of your screen, right?
Oh, the books. Oh yeah, the Cow Min strat.
The Cow Min study book strat. It's beautiful.
Something like that, no one really would know.
Yeah. So for next TWC, we will be requiring actual camera footage of you playing. I'm sorry. The rules are the rules.
Yeah, stream an external camera, not an internal one on the computer.
Actually, you know what? Can we get the mouse cursor into the commentary box as the 4th commentator?
At this rate, it'd be the 7th commentator.
But we did that last year.
Already a lot of room taken up.
Oh yeah, Seija mirror and glass table. Yeah, the day I choose Seija because I have a...
oh, that's right too.
I had a glass desk, and my monitor would reflect if I had a glass desk, and on Seija I realized on spell 1 if I looked at my desk, the spell was normal.
Where did KiriCat just die? What section was that?
The first Orin part of stage 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess they didn't move far enough to get out of the way of the clouds of bullets. It's not completely unheard of, but you still don't necessarily expect to see something like that.
Yeah, it's a bit finicky.
Yeah, they're not like fully aimed at you. They're spread out a little bit, so you have to macro dodge.
I wonder if we're gonna see the stage 5.
Let's just pray we don't have like early game gel going to the very end of this match, though.
That's so awful.
But I do hope, maybe next year we will have players that will actually make use of the stage 5 mid-boss safe spot setup.
Oh, that one.
It's crazy, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen someone use it in an actual run.
Isn't it very inconsistent at the best of times, anyway?
Yeah,
It's actually pretty consistent.
Oh no, Yamami on one.
Sounds about right.
I do really like the stage 3 music. SA has a fantastic OST overall.
SA has the best OST in the
Yeah, I
franchise.
think so too.
Yeah, for a while it was the first for me, but eventually DDC overtook that.
That's also
For somewhat sentimental reasons in my case, but...
DDC is reasonable, but there are only like 3 songs I think are good in the game.
I don't think I agree, but...
And one of them is the Talent Queen because that thing slaps.
I do think some of the stage themes in DDC are a bit forgettable. No, actually that's not true at all. Stage,
Like stage
5
3,
is
I don't
crazy.
like stage 3. I don't like
I
stage
love
4.
Stage 4 is one of my favorites in the series,
is overrated
admittedly.
as well, if you want my honest opinion on that. I don't really like it that much. The extra stage slaps though. Raiko is a banger.
I think...
And the
actually,
stage
like,
portion, too.
Yeah,
Stage
of course,
5,
of course.
Stage 5 stage theme is probably one of my favorite themes of all
I
time.
mean, yeah, the
It's-
Shining
That
Needle
whole
Castle
magical
singing through here is a
thunderstorm
banger.
environment, though, same with stage 4 and shared in extra.
Also very good.
That's like one of my favorite atmospheres.
Oh my god,
Touhou.
yes, you're right.
Anyways, why are we talking about DDC?
Laser Hell time.
All because I mentioned it for the
That's fair.
OSTs, but yeah.
Alright, going for the
Yeah,
left strat.
this is the other strat you can do where you stay towards one side and kill a lot of the enemies, so you get lasers firing from just one angle and not have to worry about crisscrossing once.
What do you mean the trilogy? What the fuck is a trilogy? Side laser hell is how I
Unless
tend
you
to do
mean
it
like the
too.
original Windows trilogy.
Yeah, for like 6, 7, 8.
Oh.
But that's a lot of games.
Who the fuck calls that a trilogy, bro?
Yeah.
It's mainly because like starting with MOF, you get like a same engine from then on. All the previous ones had very significant differences.
Wait, I get it. The mouse cursor for the perfect height for shackles.
Oh, genius!
Genius, yes.
It's the
Yeah, no one
perfect
has to
shackles height.
disqualify them for that, I think. bit too cheaty.
A bit too overpowered.
Yeah, honestly,
On
we should
such a
ban
heart
mouse
attack.
cursors. We should honestly next year we should ban computers.
True. Ban keyboards. Ban controllers. Play with your mind or something.
Joystick only.
Joystick only.
Joystick. I mean, I would win.
What, is this like gamepad or like arcade joystick though? That's the difference.
True. Touch screen control next year only.
What's that mobile game called again? The mobile Touhou game?
Lost word?
I don't remember.
No, like the mobile. There's like
The
it's a
Satori
really
game?
crappy.
Wasn't it like a
someone in
port of one of
chat
the
knows
official
it. There's
games?
like a mobile shmup game, and it, like the Lunatic mode is the 1,000 night enemies
Oh, you mean Acid Flip
balanced
the
thing
game?
ever made.
Yeah. You mean 1,000 rights violated is a better name for this game, honestly.
Yeah, true.
Real quick, that was a good demonstration of the other strat you can do on Yugi's third non. So you keep it aimed center, but you move up and go over where the bullets are bouncing off towards.
Still better than Lost Word. True.
I mean, the bar is not high, brother.
No, true.
Alright. Nice.
Okay, back in stage 4.
Yes, and
You'd love to see it.
No, Phantom. We say this because TNA is literally just like reusing assets from all over the series. Like this thing barely has anything like original in it in terms of like sprites and shit. Even
Also,
the
I don't know
music's
if-
stolen.
Like the. Also, the music is very bit crushed for some reason. It's super low quality. It's very funny.
I mean, hardware limitations is probably why, but that doesn't
true.
necessarily
No
excuse
limitation.
it.
Your phone can run Genshin Impact. I'm sure it can run a fucking like.
If you're making something that's not optimized for the hardware, then you can really screw yourself over that way.
True. I mean, Touhou players are known to play their games on the most potato-like devices ever made, so that is true.
If you are
Back
gonna,
into the mids.
if you are gonna like try to kill this non-spell, you definitely want to maximize the amount of
Oh,
time
no.
that you're staying under Orin. But
Honestly,
that
I'm
does not
sad
help.
that people would die to this. Like, that thing is just...
It's yet another attack
It's
that
hard,
really
I think.
punishes Marissa's bigger hitbox. It's really tight.
Even at frame rate makes me uncomfortable as hell, if I'm gonna be
I
honest.
think there it was more of a movement issue than a hitbox issue, probably.
They would have survived this rainbow probably now.
A bit too slow. That, yeah,
it's,
that's
like,
true.
it's one of those lunatic specific quirks of this game, though, is that like the patterns get so much more dense on lunatic compared to every other difficulty. And with the hitbox size differences for the player characters, that can really make a big difference. Yeah, not really seeing
I
players
really
go
like
for
this
like
mode.
sealing the bullets on this mid spell, but it is static otherwise. You just know where it gets aimed each time. You go to the same spots every time.
Pretty much. Another spell where you can actually like cancel the bullets as they spawn like that is on Subzone actually. It's pointless, but you can.
It's
When the
more
spell
latent.
starts, like the bullets will spawn from Oku
Oh,
into
yeah.
a circle outward, going outwards. And if you actually start on top of Oku and move down at the right time, you can actually create a massive lane of no bullets right underneath
Yeah.
Oku.
Yeah,
It's
but like you said,
pointless.
it's pointless because the grids are all moving up and not down.
Yeah, it's pointless, but
That's
it's
why.
funny.
But it's so satisfying.
Yeah, theoretically,
It
if you
really
could go off screen, I guess you could also cancel the bullets as they're coming up from there. But
You can seal some of the
that would be
starting
some real
ghost
hacking
bullets too. Oh,
shenanigans
really?
to go on there.
Usually when I do this on Subzone, it's so I can dash back up right on top of Oku and escape right before the sun spawns.
If you're doing it for like shotgun damage as a shot,
No,
perhaps,
I do it for flex.
Just for fun.
Like,
Oh.
I do it for flex because for some reason doing this kind of helps calm my nerves because I know I'm doing something stupid for fun.
Is it so much of a flex if it's really like tangibly helping you out, I guess?
It's a
And
useful
not just showing off?
It's a useful flex. Alright, Kiri can hopefully get through Yugi.
Yeah, staying nice and focused there. Of course, doing the side misdirection strat on this non.
Have we seen any
If
deaths?
you get Yuki to move more towards one side of the screen too, that also helps.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a
Have you
stage
seen-
5 entry in a while, that is
Although
true!
although he's gotten her to move towards the other side of the screen at the start, so it's not necessarily the fastest way you can kill this.
Alright, no counting 3 steps again. I've had cases where that spell did throw at me some ridiculously dense, like, almost walls, though. Like,
Yeah, I think
that
the
spell is
dark
usually
blue
fine.
wave.
And that's where the Mercer's hitbox problem comes in again, as we
Yeah.
mentioned before.
Like, I've had
It
cases where...
it is relatively uncommon to see something like
Yeah.
that troublesome, though.
But when it happens,
So,
you're like,
most-
bro.
Yes.
But, like,
the dark
Yuki,
blue
what the
wave
It
hell?
is frustrating when it does happen.
I think I had a 3 miss at some point that died to, like, fucking, 3 steps as a result of me getting trash RG.
I feel like it's interesting how this game has immediately devolved into try to get a Marissa C LNN. It's kind
Yeah.
of ridiculous to
Get the
watch.
strong early runs going.
Yeah.
He's using all the time you have left to get this.
Yeah, we know all players
Hopefully
are
not dying
capable
on
of
this
at
part
least.
again, that's good to see.
The real question is, are the players gonna make it out of stage 4 this time?
Yeah, knowing SA.
Does stage
not
4 count as
certain.
early game in this context? Because our
Yeah,
players have been
probably.
dying a lot in this stage now.
I tend to
without
count
getting-
stage 4 as mid-game, and for me, stage 5 and 6 are late game.
Does that mean stage 3 is mid game too? We were
I
talking about
still
early
consider
game
stage
jail, but
3
stage.
I tend to consider like early game to be 1 through 3, and then 4 I consider it like mid, and then 5 and 6 late. It doesn't make sense, but
In
they're just
terms of the
worse that way.
difficulty jump, that would make sense to separate it that way. But we're talking
Yeah.
about like the players continuously dying in stage 4 too.
Stage 4 for me
It's
is like
it's
the,
reminiscent of early game jail.
it's like the
least-
start of late game if you want it to be.
I mean, you could call it mid-game jail, but that just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Please be a 3-way tie. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be so good.
Getting past the hardest part of the stage portion, at least for KiriCat.
Yeah.
The rest should just be just follow their routes until you get to Satori, and that's where the real jump happens again.
God, Marissa C is just yeah.
I hate the shot.
At least for
I
this
really
part,
don't like
it's
it.
closer to tap streaming, so you're not losing too much DPS with the missiles not being able to catch up. But
I feel like
plus
hating,
the enemies are like popcorn enemies too.
hating
They die
Marissa
very
C
quickly.
is like a pretty common take.
Yeah, that's true. It's not the bravest take, but
See, me,
Yeah. And this part is just tapped 3
is,
times based on where the fans are aimed.
like a brave take is when I said Shimimaru's theme was overrated. See, that was a brave take.
I did not know you could just go above that first wave on the.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
And
fan
if you're
patterns
getting,
throughout
died
the
to
stage where
OA.
you can just go above where some of them unfold, and there's like a safe spot up towards the middle of the screen.
Well, I'd actually no
And that
clue
death area is no
existed.
exception.
You hate Rainbow C, that's a normal take.
Yeah, I also really don't like Rainbow C at all.
Definitely the hardest Reimu shot to use because you
Yeah.
really have to know how to control the rotating shots.
Yeah, it's too much.
If you're not at that point yet, it is very frustrating to use because you can just lose a lot of DPS from moving around all the time.
I remember I tried to do a Rainbow C run once where I would just spin all the time or spin to win, so like the options would just shoot everywhere.
I'm always sad
Again,
that we
not
don't get
necessarily
to
the
see a
best
lot
spot
of.
to stand in for that second knob, but KiriCat made it work.
No.
It's like
always
almost,
sad that
it's
we
like
don't get to
almost
see a
just
lot
Oh,
of
perfect with
extending arm,
Marissa.
please. Extending arm.
Yeah, just don't psych yourself out with the ends of these waves here.
Yeah, I mean that spell is dog shit, bro.
He's getting kind of pushed towards the right of Satori.
Yeah.
Man, why didn't we have
Yeah, now she
cephalic
moved back
plate
over. That's
again?
good to
Why did
see.
we have to use this?
No! Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Being a little bit too safe, I guess, with where they were standing between the first set of lasers. Like trying to stand towards the middle, but then they just got hit by the laser going right down the middle of that space again.
Society, if we had cephalic plate instead of beefed up extending arm for Lunatic standard.
Yeah, I mean, never mind how weird it is that you switch from extending arm to cephalic plate from Heart to Lunatic and MOF too. That's just kind of weird design.
Yeah.
Or it's just Lunatic that's completely different.
Extending arm has hands today. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
It's not easy, even when you know what you're doing. There's a lot to keep track of.
Dude, players have been so consistent at fucking laser hell.
It's one of the harder parts of the early game, but it doesn't necessarily compare to some of the hard parts of the late game. And even less, and the difference is even more stark if you're using a powerful spread shot.
Oh no, it's shackles! Whatever shall we do, chat?
Just run and hide. Is this taking longer than usual? Even for Marissa C? Maybe not too much longer. If you're really trying to play it safe with not killing certain shackles
I mean,
accidentally.
should you really be wasting wasted time on that?
You're kind of wasting time timing out this non-spell too.
Yeah, that's why I say, should you really be wasting the reset time on timing this out when the even just
less
killing
than
the
5
game
minutes
is
to go.
free?
Not like they'll be able to restart a new run if they finish this one
going for
anyway, but
the scoring bonus.
Cause like,
KiriCat having to do with a weird corner dodge on Yamame's opener, I just see.
Cause even just shooting this down is free, so I don't understand why you would time this out.
It's just me or is Mount Orway being a little bit more mean onto your
Yeah, no, this is
right
being
here.
again, this is becoming Mount U today.
Yeah, again, lots of macro dodging to be had. And certain positions of the bubbles can really emphasize that.
I really like their final Yugi non-strat there, just speed kill it a bit. Not a big fan of all the going into the corner.
Yeah, just staying higher up to avoid where the bullets are
Well,
collecting
kind of a
towards the
scary
bottom.
knockout.
Yeah.
It is a little bit dependent, I guess, on how far Yugi moves each time.
That's true.
But at least you can control whether she moves left or right when you do something like that pretty easily.
3 Marisa CLNN phase. I mean, yeah, one is in stage 1, one is in stage 2.
Yeah.
And stage 4.
Stage 2 is a big achievement in SA.
Honestly, yeah, you gotta earn stage 2, that's it.
Yeah.
It's not a guarantee.
If you're using a hard shot like this, you gotta earn even stages 3 and 4 sometimes.
Yeah.
But imagine if you had to do SA stage 1 and like at the last stage of the game, that would be awful.
I say bring it on. I feel like I'm pretty consistent at Yamame's opener anyway, so...
No, but but just doing the stage and everything like that, it's like,
It would also just make no sense from a progression standpoint. Just get finished doing Orin.
I mean, we've seen some pretty crazier balancing issues with these games in
like
terms of
Dagoth,
the
I
stage
tend to
differences.
consider that even just Yamame's spell 1 is like uncomfortable.
It can be. There's a little bit of positioning to be had with like the starts of each wave. You don't want to accidentally have them like clip into you as they're moving back towards her.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Also, yes, R24, I do.
Getting past the second Orin fight here on stage 4 is a good sign.
Yeah?
They're probably not going to get very far into Satori though before time runs out. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So if they die
That is
somewhere,
the issue,
they're
indeed.
just going to have to roll with it.
It's such a quick
According to
category.
their personal timer, it's actually yeah, she is about the same as the global timer.
Yep,
So,
so
never
we'll be
mind.
able to do the countdown TM. I hate the corner strike with passion. I know it's consistent.
I love it.
But man, I
It's
hate
scary
it.
if you're positioned even like just slightly off, especially as Marissa.
Yeah. You know, at the very least, we probably, hopefully, will not be having anyone into stage 1 on final run pace. That is the worst position. Like,
unless they die on like one of Satori's non-spells here, which is also not unheard of. We've seen it happen in the stream already.
Yeah.
15 seconds. Let's see it. Don't pause! No!
No!
Go!
Are they trying to simplify it for themselves too? So they don't have to worry about like actually
4,
deciding whether to reset.
2, 1.
Okay.
Final run, everybody.
And Satori literally right as that's the final run hits.
If you gotta die, Lamau, please don't. Just LNN. Alright, just LNN, folks. Alright, just do that.
Yeah, just LNN as versus 0 quick.
LNN as versus 0, it can't be that hard. Just try harder, chat, come on.
Like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Just do it.
KiriCat getting to the start of stage 3 right as final run hits too.
No, I just pray for no laser held death.
I just pray. Oh, right. Come on, there's only one death to laser hell this whole match, bro. Come on.
Kind of dangerous where they're going on this non-spell again.
I
wonder if they even know about that other side.
Like
at least you can kill before the second wave hits. That's good to see.
No, we did an empty dive to both its final.
No way.
That hurts. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yet another thing that's not necessarily unheard of because there's a lot of there's a lot of keep track of with repositioning and aiming on everything and restreaming, but yeah.
It's one of those spells that's kind of saved by being on stage 2.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be a bit worse if it was
they lost a chance to actually improve their score at this point.
Alright, wonderful. Ryokumin, as a previous run, died extensively to this because that spell sucks.
Yeah, they got kind of pushed towards like the right side on one of those waves that moves towards the right, and then it just got completely walled off.
No. I believe
something
in
like
the
this it really pays to be aggressive and like push through some stuff ahead of time.
Yep.
Just like in MOF. It's very
same deal as in MOF, really. So if you're familiar with the spell from that game, you can do the same here.
Except it never fucking dies.
That's true. This one is invincible.
Hey, look, I'm on the gameplay window. Now
we're
I'm a bullet too.
Blocking Ryokumin's character here.
I'm blocking the hitbox.
I'm blocking it.
Call me a sun bullet.
Can we see if they're living or dying at all?
No, I got hit.
They got hit 10 times while they were covered up. Just imagine.
You'll never know.
The bullet for them, it's okay.
Yeah, seeing stage 5 entry on a final run.
Scary.
Let's go. And thanks, Commentators.
No shackles death, please. No shackles
death.
Don't underestimate the size of the shackle hitboxes if you're really trying to move past them.
The double LNN dream is alive, yeah.
I mean, you can just destroy the shackles and you can run into them. It's that easy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the bubbles that they spawn move very, very slowly, so if you're very far into the spell, you can actually afford to kill the shackles and just not worry about it.
I think Ryokumin is a bit stressed out.
I don't know if they said fuck, but I heard fuck.
Don't think they said that.
Probably not.
It can be a little bit tricky to make sure you kill the enemies on this part as Marissa C because of how much you're losing the DPS on the missiles.
Kiri had to do a disgusting micro, no way.
I didn't see it.
Playing it safe going into the mid boss, and now
alright, hardest part
now the real pain starts.
Now the game really
starts. This is stressing me out.
I mean, it is the worst part of the...
This part kind of pushes you towards the left, so it helps to start towards the right, and it actually is pretty consistent to end this spell right as at the 1 second mark in order to time out the popcorn hell at the end of all this. Just have the wave right there. It's a little bit closer because they almost got pushed to the right again.
On the time down there.
Are they timing down the second non-spell too? This is a bit trickier though because these bullets move very fast and they kind of hide under the next wave that's spawning.
Wait, no, they're going for popcorn hell.
Are they just they just don't want to go against Cat's Walk at all, going without the challenge bonus. But even if you time out both of these non-spells, there's still a decent amount of popcorn hell left to do, no matter what.
And Marissa C does not have the best time on Popcorn Hell, but it seems fine.
Timing it down enough that they don't have to restream though.
Yeah, that's the even though you don't have that much popcorn to deal with, the problem is like, now you're in a shit situation for this pattern.
Yeah.
And the
I mean,
restreams
you
here
want to
scary.
start the second half of the Pop Tunnel on the left side anyway. So streaming the first half from right to left like that was the right call.
Very well done.
Okay.
Yeah, and that route is very consistent with all the forward focus shots in this game. Like Rainbow A can do it, Rainbow B can do it, Mercy C can do it, as you just saw here.
Honestly, Alan, I agree that wasn't a bad call.
Yeah, I think I would rather do that.
There's like a couple
section
different
than
ways you
catwalk.
can route that section, and that's one of them. Someone asking how much the bonus is worth. The bonus gets you a little bit extra points as almost every shot in the game. And then that is subject to the same depreciation from misses beyond that. So
Okay, now
you get the
chat-
bonus and you die once, you still get the extra points even if you have one miss.
Yep. Chat, now imagine. Imagine Ryokumin gets LNN, but then KiriCat gets LNN with bonus.
Ooh, I don't like the way they did that head sit. They didn't move at all. It's kind of
Alright, please don't choke zombie fairies.
creepy.
Yeah, Orin doesn't actually move until like after the second pair of waves that
Yeah,
she
but
spawns.
even when Orin moved, they didn't. So we're kind of at a risk.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of a chance like she can just bump you if she moves up like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hate
And this is why you often see players like move up very slightly just before she's set to move, just to make sure they don't get rammed.
I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that,
Oh, no, I don't like that at all.
You never like this. You always want to mitigate this when
No,
you can,
but this is
as any shot.
especially bad.
It's pretty bad!
Yeah, it's
Oh,
lasting
God.
much longer than when it happened earlier in the stream.
Doing this at the bottom?
Wait, at the bottom? What?
It's not that difficult, but still you don't expect it.
Okay, well watch as they die now.
Shush, 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 shush.
Please don't. Please
Don't
don't.
do stuff like that.
It's fine, bro, it's not...
Maybe setting up for a specific, like...
No,
No,
I have
wait,
no
it's
idea what
It
to
really
do.
doesn't matter. You have
Yeah.
enough time between the end of the second on and the
Yeah.
start of the second spell to reposition
Maybe they just
yourself.
don't like the safe strat, I guess.
I don't see what there is to hate. It's very
No, me
consistent.
neither, yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, just like seal the bullets at the very top of
65-year-old
Orin's wave and then
player
tap
Kill
down
those
once the bullets fire there.
The
They're getting a
traditional
bit
way.
close to the wall, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, that worked out. Kiri into Satori as well, so hopefully, you know.
Yeah. Very hard attacks coming up from both players here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're to divide our attention at this point.
Okay, the thing is, like, Orin's final non is just
split
static,
online.
and the angle is based on her angle versus yours, so it's just a route you go and follow.
Yeah.
It's just like a variation of the aggressive misdirection and well, I guess it is
Don't
just
die
aggressive
to
misdirection.
this.
I thought it was
okay.
like doing like a moving between two spots every 2 ways like you would normally do on this attack.
Dude, I really don't like the aggressive MD on this. I know it's probably consistent with Matt.
They're doing something a bit different where like they're aiming it right straight down on top of the enemy
onto
marker.
extending arm.
Yes.
Oh, I
Pushing everything
despise
towards the
extending
side.
arm. It's such a horrible spell.
It is.
I wonder if
Come on,
there's
they can
actually
pull
some
through.
consistency to be found from keeping Satori like moving between 2 spots on
Okay, no,
this
I
spell
think they
too.
have it. I think they have it. They have it. They have it.
Yeah.
She's flashing a lot.
Ooh.
Oh!
Push to the
Almost
side, that's not what we want to see.
Almost got sniped!
Oh my god. Ryokumin is
Shut
fired
up
up.
after a
Pausing
perfect
and
Orin.
play! Please. And thank you.
There's not too much that's like super hard left at this point, so
I mean, UNR? Better player?
those are the main things.
Yeah, yeah.
You can just focus all your energy on those and not the
What
rest.
was the dodge from KiriCat? Did you see
Yeah,
that?
this is
Yeah,
not being
Kiri's on fire,
not being
bro.
aggressive enough, I guess, in terms of getting through those clouds of bullets. That's kind of
Oh my.
made things a lot scarier than it needs to be.
That was insane.
But they made it through. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I am very glad that we're still seeing like some good paces in these final runs.
Yes.
Like,
it
SA,
time
you
for
can
This,
Butter-
this really is like the best SA play we've seen
yeah,
Yeah.
on TWC.
by far.
Is it
overall.
time for the final
No
run
disrespect
magic
to previous
fight?
competitors, of course, but
Yeah.
you consider
I mean,
like,
these are the
paces
previous
they're getting.
competitors.
Yeah. It is time for Final Run Magic to actually do its thing, because we haven't had any real Final Run Magic this TWC.
Well, technically on PCB, I guess.
Once again, timing down Blazing Wheel to skip most of the stuff afterwards. Both of the Boat Wisps are pretty simple as Marissa C though, because forward focus shot is very good against them.
Also, yeah, Chad, this is the best SA match we've had in TWC period, yeah. In terms of like,
in terms of the actual results,
Yeah.
Already have an LNN with one shot, a one miss with the hardest shot. Multiple players on pace and final run.
Going.
Yes.
Dude, I swear.
KiriCat just has to make sure, they're able to keep up with the enemies on this
if
part.
If Kiri wants to win, they have to go for Catwalk. The question is, are they going to go for Catwalk and risk losing? Ryokumin is like.
This depends. This depends on whether they know what Ryokumin's pace is, I guess.
Okay.
You got
no
this,
non-one deaths.
Go, go, go!
No non-one deaths.
non-one death.
I wonder what KiriCat's going to do on Orin.
They're shooting down this spell. We'll have to see what they do on the second non afterwards.
Oh, this is too much at once.
Yes.
Okay, UNR time. I'm watching UNR. Come on.
Yeah, I'm also watching UNR.
Come on. This is the farthest any Marissa C has ever made it in this match. You got
I think we're getting past this is technically a new record, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting Catwalk from KiriCat.
Yep, they're going for it. They're going for Catwalk.
Oh,
at least you can get Marissa C's main shots to keep up with Orin, but it's still not ideal.
Oh my god, that was so good.
The Catwalk was so good, bro. I don't know what to do.
And the good thing about Marissa C's higher power, she can potentially finish this spell before the hard part of the second wave.
That was such a good cap, man.
Didn't quite catch it fast enough, but they got it through.
And Ryoku is gonna cap UNR as well.
Potentially. Just don't psych yourself out on that movement.
Okay.
Oh man.
They're making us all nervous here.
Wait, hold on. Has this match been 100% Catwalk?
No. Ryokumin skipped it.
No, but as in 100%.
Oh, no one. Yeah, no one died to it.
Yeah, no one actually died on it directly.
My god.
That's crazy.
It shows a level of play for everybody participating in this category at this point.
This match is absolutely insane. I love it.
It's ridiculous. Alright, come on, show me the better flare.
Okay, Penta Flare, please!
If he caps this, I believe.
You can hear him psyching himself up for this one.
Come on, we've had 100% Penta Flare, I believe. Come on.
Right place to move there. A little bit dangerous there, but no choice, really.
Oh, I hate
my fingers
that
crossed,
part.
Chad. I have my fingers crossed.
Fine so far?
Yeah, so far so good. Oh god, I've been scary.
Oh, good dash.
Yeah, very good dash.
You want to avoid mad dashes if you can help it.
Oh,
there
man.
you go.
They can't mess this up right.
Please don't pull Casimir's on this one. That's a bit far. Yeah, so was higher up on that one.
No. Okay, good move. Obvious.
Thank you. That was freaking me out.
Meanwhile, KiriCat is also misdirecting the zombie fairies on Possessed Fairy. They feel the need to do this.
Okay, Kiri's about to hopefully capture zombie fairies as well. Come on, Kiri. Okay, zombie fairy cap from Kiri.
Everything the normal strat on 2.
Dude, this match. Yeah, you got this, bro. You got this. Everything's gonna be okay. Just stay focused. You got this.
Please don't.
You got this. You got this. Don't choke. You got this, bro. You absolutely got this.
I'm just following the route on this non-spell.
Dude, everyone is silent. Everyone is just watching here, being all tense.
Yeah, but it's crazy, man.
Dude, I don't know about you, but I'm grabbing the armrest of my chair like my life depends on it.
Yeah, I'm like.
We never seen something like this before on SA Lunatic Survival.
Okay, Chad. Here we go.
Really pushing this game to the limit.
Here we go. Here we
the
go.
actual limit.
This is going to LNN.
This is, I believe. I don't like it. This is gonna be more to the side though.
Able to read some vertical dodges on that part at least.
Remember, is a nerves check, and the nerves are very high right now.
I like the way he does this. I also do it like this. Just a lot of vertical.
Please die.
You move up and down pretty much in time with some of the waves being fired too. That's
Yeah,
helpful.
you just automatically dodge very much. Come on. Also, we got the wheels cap on the left.
Yeah, Ghost Wheels cap. You use up the start. Use the start of Subsun to really like psych yourself up for this. That worked for me years ago.
Oh, please don't mess this up, man.
Come on, Subsun, go, go, go! The final run magic. Chat, Subsun can still go wrong, especially like when you have the phase transitions, because you know the spell gets less dense
Sudden
as the
speed
gravity
changes,
improves.
yeah.
But like during the phase transitions, you can still have
weird.
all the density with new gravity, and if it happens at a bad time, you can really get catch off guard and actually die there.
Oh,
which
you
is
can
very
see
Gravity,
the
there's new
nerves.
speed of the red bullets.
You can see the
Yeah.
nerves in their movement.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh,
Just
good,
using
good
friction on
guess
that
there.
one. You needed that.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, come on. Oh god, almost ran into a bullet. Go, let's go.
That was
Let's
pretty-
go. Yes, yes, yes.
Holy fuck.
First Marissa C LN of this game on TWC.
Stopping the fucking wind,
That's crazy.
I almost can't
did
believe
you
what I'm
hear
seeing here,
Did you
actually.
hear the narration? Did you hear the fourth commentator?
I heard the thing.
I'm afraid I did
like,
not,
yeah.
but
Oh my god. Oh my god.
this is
Chat.
crazy what we're seeing
Chat.
today.
Chat, do you want to know something even crazier? This could not win. Let's check KiriCat. This could be second place.
Yeah, because they went without the bonus. That's only 26 points, not 28.
True.
Chat, this could be second place.
Yeah, this
assuming
match is
Kiri
not
pulls
over.
through. This is not over.
This is ridiculous.
We could have triple LNN shots. Triple fucking LNN shots.
Even outside the context of SA just not having this many LNNs at once, this would still be unprecedented for a lot of other games too.
Yeah.
Even for TWC, we've never had more than 2 LNNs. Like from
it's SA. This game is supposed to be hard.
SA is not an easy game.
It took until last year for someone to get an LNN on stream.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh my god. Just as my heart rate was going down, it's now getting back up again. Awesome.
The anticipation is always the worst.
Luckily, this is the calm part. We can kind of relax.
Luckily, nothing bad should happen on like a Blazing Wheel.
What do you skip by timing this out again?
Crows.
There's a bunch of Raves of Fire Mentos at weird angles, especially when using a thin forward focus shot like Marissa C.
Yeah.
And fully timing out also skips the first of the 2 Boap Wisps.
Okay, it's not over yet. The fact that this is not over and that the tables could still be turned are just mental to me. I just can't, bro.
Yeah, thanks
I
for
just can't.
swapping.
Yeah, UNR was where they lost pace the last time they got this far
True.
though, so
Alright, let's go. This
they
is your
want a
chance
measure
to
of
win it all,
revenge if nothing
Kiri.
else.
Oh man. Oh man. Let's go. Don't choke on one.
Pray
Okay.
for good Sun RNG.
Yeah. No, pretty sure you have like 500 to 600 people watching you total if you count all the original streams. You know, if you count all the original streams, you have about 600 people watching you. And no pressure on the buddy, no pressure. Just LN and real quick.
Even minimizing the amount of time they're staying away from Usaho with staying those high up misdirects.
Because remember, when they practiced UNR earlier, they did struggle a bit as well, so it could have been from the tilt.
There's a little bit of there's a little bit of the sun angles that is off here actually, so they gotta make sure they can.
Doesn't look great.
Oh man, what?
Yes, especially with clusters
so
like that,
late.
just keeping off center. No! Oh. They went into a sun on that one. Not one of the
That's
other
on
bullets.
them again, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's the nerves.
Oh.
That
That's
is
absolutely
really
nerves.
sad to see.
That was tragic. Ugh.
Well,
Unfortunately,
we don't get to see the rest of it.
it fits
No,
the
instant
fucking
with
Fist bump the
artwork.
options. I love
The
it.
fucking artwork fits.
And is that the Marissa C options, I guess?
Are
Those
these
are-
the Marissa C options? I
I'm
don't
trying-
know.
I'm trying-
So,
remember.
yes.
How appropriate for what we saw on today's stream
Yeah.
with all the Marissa C play.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the Marissa C options. Oh my god, that's incredible.
Good old reliable.
Yeah,
Getting it
so
through
yeah,
it.
chat, the results are in. On second place, you got a two-way tie with Team Momiji KiriCat, who got a Marissa C, 1 miss plus bonus with 14 points. And NMT Team Aya with also 14 points with an outstanding first credit. I believe it was first credit at least.
Yeah, it was first credit.
Yeah, it was.
First credit, Marisa B, LNN.
Yeah, and I still like to see that we got a little bit of variety with the shots too, just a different Marisa shot instead.
Absolutely. And then...
And the best one, in my opinion.
Final run magic, going back from a 4 miss all the way to a Marisa C, LNN taking the win, and once again sniping the win, and like... once more, an LNN not winning. That's the second year in SA that's happened.
At least they didn't lose to a non-LNN in this case.
I mean, they're also an LNN. But yeah.
Last year it was to a 1 miss, but this time it was an LNN, even if it wasn't without the challenge.
Oh yeah, true.
This one didn't have the challenge bonus, but it was still no miss the whole way through.
Marisa C,
outstanding
LNN
run.
ridiculous.
Yeah, really.
Like, words cannot even begin to describe how disgusting Marisa C really is. You gotta try her out for yourself to realize. Like,
to see how impressive all
horror.
3 players played today to get as few misses as they did.
I think that the fact that they make it seem so effortless is what really impresses me, because this stuff is ridiculously hard.
Just really
So
upping like the
same
minimum level of play that you need to compete in a category like this now.
So I chat. Do we hear like 2 music at the same time? We have the essay and then we have a piano in the back.
Yeah, we do.
I can barely hear the music anyway, so I can't really tell.
I guess it's just us commentators then having the worst experience again. But
No,
in any
it's
case,
fine now. It's fine now.
That was the SA
What a match, though.
This is the best SA performance we've had in TWC period.
This what a treat. All the players played so well today.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely incredible. Now the essay ending, sure. But yeah.
Yet another very good song on this soundtrack, of course.
I mean, true, essay ending is a banger, yeah. But man, I was not expecting the runs like these to happen, I'm gonna be honest.
Not like full LNNs. I might have expected to say the 1 miss like KiriCat got, but
yeah.
compared to what we saw last year, I was not expecting to see this center get pushed up this much again.
Absolutely, like again, SA stands for super amazing, and this match was super amazing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's all chat.
No true words have been spoken.
We have some something else today for you.
TWC continues.
Exactly, any moment now.
Just gotta will the slight transition in here.
Any moment. Any moment. So how's your day?
Well, it just started, so it's starting out pretty well for me.
Oh yeah, you're still the same for you too, yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta worry about staying cool the rest of the day too.
Any second now, chat. Any second, we'll have the transition.
What do you think the C in Marisa C stands for?
Correct.
Cinema.
Cinema.
Marissa crazy.
Transition tomorrow. Yeah, chat, you're right. We're gonna transition tomorrow. But yeah, dude, I loved it. And the artwork, once again, the artist team is cooking as always. Shout out to
Yeah, they're great.
Like, man, they've been pulling such an amazing work this year, just like every year prior, of course. So yeah, shout out to the art team doing...
Even this version of Marissa actually looks like a bit like Sonar.
Yo, there it is! Transition not tomorrow, in fact. So yeah, it's not over because in half an hour, we will be having GFW Survival Chat.
Yippee! A very unique survival category.
Indeed. Get ready to chill in this summer hell. So chill a bit as Cherno freezes our way through victory.
Well, I guess the challenge is you want to not use as much freezing as you might normally, like for some other survival challenges, or even just normal play, quote-unquote. So, you have to imagine a play like this is going to be even hotter than normal.
Fair. Fair. In any case, though, yeah, thank you all so much for watching this incredible match. If you're interested in helping us out, the TLC Crew English Crew site up, I can't speak, will stay open throughout the event. type sign up in chat, !sign up, or scan the QR code below to get a link to it. Transition? Perfect. So yeah, please follow the Blue Sky account for announcements on the TWC Blue Sky account. And of course, the English stream of TWC 2025 is brought to you by the Touhou Replay Showcase channel. We stream 2 replays watch party a week in Europe time at 9 PM and on Saturday and Sunday at 4 PM. Even though today it may be pushed back due to TWC, but we'll see. In any case, thank you so much, Trace and Koto, for being around. It was a pleasure to have you on board.
Absolutely, thanks for having us.
Much.
And of course, thank you, chat,
Fantastic
for...
match.
Yeah, fantastic match. Thank you, chat, for being awesome. Stay tuned for GFW, and we'll all chill together.